Yeah, man. Welcome to another installment of the Wash Your Back podcast, man. I am your host, Filmo Mike. And, you know, we got a very special guest on this motherfucker today. We got a fellow Filmonian in the building today. And before we get started, Mr. Gunna Goes Global.
Yeah.
Shout out to you. Thank you for coming, man.
Off time.
You know, you looking good. I see you got the, the pastel colors in this motherfucker. Got the turtleneck. You got the hair. Got your crown looking sick.
Got the tails, you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Let me know.
Off time.
But, you know, we always ask a question before we get on this thing, man. It's a very important question. It's essential.
Yeah.
Did you wash your back today?
I did. Twice. You feel me? Twice, man. You know what I'm saying?
But yo, that's like the third most popular answer, honey. Filthy said twice. Somebody else said, I did it 2 times.
Yeah, for sure.
Hell yeah, man. So what's up, man?
Everything, man. Been around since Gunna, man. It's a pleasure to be here. You know what I'm saying?
Man, thank you for coming, man. Thank you for pulling up. It's long overdue. Tell the people what you got cracking like right now, man. Tell them everything you got going. Man, you got hella shit.
For sure. When it comes to the music, man, we got that 21 Summers Deluxe. We got Therapy in the Ghetto. When it comes to the clothing, of course, we got the Bay hoodies. You know what I'm saying? A fan favorite. And then when it comes to the movement, we working on mental health, saving a few lives, you feel me? So we intertwine it, mixing in the gangsters and the guys, you know, putting it all together. The gumbo part of that.
That, man, I ain't mad at that. Tell me about the hoodies. Ooh. Good quality hoodie. You see, I started it and I gave you a curveball, see?
High quality hoodies, man. We got the highest quality hoodies, I feel like, in the region. You know what I'm saying? And when I say the region, I ain't talking about the Bay. I'm talking about the United States of America.
That region.
Yeah. So that was inspired by the game, by the culture, you know what I'm saying? And then it was created. They received it. And it's been blessings ever since.
You started that during the pandemic?
Yeah.
Right after,
my
around that time?
birthday, rest her soul.
Okay,
you know
definitely.
September 26, 2021, I believe.
And it kind of just blew up.
Definitely. Everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
What was the concept besides
the Bay?
Yeah, basically.
Putting this shit together, to be all the way honest, man. You know, coming from the city, rocking with people from the town, Vallejo, the Rich, EPA, all that. You realize as soon as we leave, they don't really call it. They don't call it the city or the town or V. They call it the Bay. Like, oh, you from the Bay? You a Bay cat? You from the Bay? So, I also peep how in New York, no matter what borough you from, you get up under that New York Yankees hat. And when you in LA, you get up under that Dodgers hat. So I said, okay, we gonna create a hoodie that we can all get up under.
Yeah, you unified the whole Bay with that motherfucker. All the hoods on there, man. If you don't got it, tell them no. Let the people know. BayHoodies.com. They got an Instagram handle on that thing.
BayHoodies.com. Instagram at the Bay Hoodies. You feel me? Get on and get left. You know what I'm saying?
So let me know, when did you design that?
What do you mean by design it? Was it my idea?
Was this your concept? You said you put everything.
For sure. Shout out to Ace. I was able to get with him.
Shout out Ace one time.
For sure.
Ace in the building.
Yeah, I got with him.
You want to get on camera? He don't want to get on
the
camera.
Idea, and then he was able to manifest it digitally.
Okay.
Put it on cloth.
Okay, for sure.
So I'm hands on.
Oh no, man. I like it, man. The thing about you is that, and a lot of the people I have on here, it's a recurrent thing. I see your growth. Like, I'm not just putting you on here because you a fellow Filmo partner. You feel me? I've been knowing you since, 2009, 2008, 2007.
For sure.
That's when we really officially met. Seen you in the hood growing up and shit, but officially met was like, I remember we went to fucking Flippers.
Not Flippers.
Clippers.
No, they shut it down. It's right there on Hayes.
But they used to have some good ass burgers in that motherfucker.
As a matter of fact, it was Flippers. G.O.D. Gourmet. Yeah. Because I ordered the chicken sandwich. I remember.
Exactly.
That was my OG Mafia spot.
Exactly, bro.
Like, come meet me in the hood.
So you've been putting in work since then, and I definitely see the growth. You everywhere, bruh. You rocking with me right now. Just heard you on 95.7.
Yeah, shout out to them.
Be everywhere doing your doing interviews. Always coming with new content in a different way to show your shit.
For sure.
I think you did a couple of videos and you got like 2 or 3 different visuals for one song. Am I tripping?
You might be.
Okay.
No, I'm just saying, bro. I'm giving you a hard time, bro. I'm fucking with you.
I could have sworn I seen like 2 or 3 visuals for one of your songs, man. So like where do you get your motivation? Like, what inspired you? I see you the 100 million. What inspired you?
Oh, 100 million come from San Quentin for sure. I remember as soon as I got out of the feds, he was like, man, Filmo, we the sickest, man. Somebody gonna get that 100 million. You know what I'm saying? That always stuck with me because I was like, 100 million is obtainable, especially in the city. But the inspiration and motivation really come from knowing where I could be. I got a patch, so I know I could be dead. And then when I was 18, I was facing life, so I know I could be locked up. And then that's unfortunately, that's where a lot of my partners is. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's easy to wake up and look at the cup half full opposed to half empty. Then I grew up listening to Motivators. I grew up listening to Pac. I grew up listening to DMX. I grew up listening to MA. You know what I'm saying? I grew up listening to Messi Marv, San Quinn. I grew up listening to dude 50 Cent, all of that. Mm-hmm. Listening and watching dudes win in life. As far as the music goes, and then the streets, that's a whole nother element. And then outside of that, you know, my level of black consciousness. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm inspired by this shit.
Off top, let's talk about that, your level of black consciousness, man. Where do you feel like the black community is lacking within San Francisco, within the San Francisco 7x7 city limits?
You got to look at the infrastructure. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Once upon a time, we was flourishing, whether it be Bayview, Hunters Point, whether it be the Mo, you know what I'm saying? Visitation Valley, Sunnydale, the Towers, Lakeview, had a huge thriving black population, but then things came in, different variables was introduced into the communities that shit we was oblivious to. Like crack was one thing, but it was really that mass incarceration, that gentrification that really just, you feel me, got us on shaky grounds. And that's city to city, state to state. So it's not like a black San Francisco thing. It's look at the town. You know, the town is the birthplace of the Black Panthers.
Mm-hmm.
Right now you go to the town and they ain't looking so black no more. You feel me?
Right.
So when it comes to the city, this week, as a matter of fact, they was talking about reparations. Money is needed. When them loans got denied, you feel me, for us to be able to be homeowners, that affected us. How are you going to get generational wealth if grandpa, grandma migrated here, joined the military, and then when it come time for the loans, they was like, nope, you got to stay in the projects. And that's what happened to us. You know what I'm saying? So it's perpetual.
How do you deal with, you a sharp brother.
Off top.
How do you deal with your music being so raw, but yet and still, you feel me? You spitting off shit like you Malcolm X or somebody. How do you deal with someone trying to stereotype you and your visual, how you look and how you sound from the music, and then say, how you gonna come in here and talk about black consciousness and mental awareness?
Mm-hmm. Well, it's it ain't even hard, to be honest with you.
I was gonna say, is it a struggle? It's not even a struggle for you.
It's confusing for other people because before I jump off the porch, I'm black.
Right.
You feel me?
Straight
so before the streets, I'm a man, I'm a human.
Right.
And then along the way, it's like poverty get introduced, and then I'm standing tall in the streets. And what people want to do is they want to have you figured out. But none of the men that I look up to or none of the men that I'm inspired by have ever been in that box. Malcolm X started off as a pimp.
Right.
So did you think the whole time he was Malcolm X? Nah, he needed time to evolve. Dr. King was doing what Dr. King was doing, and we all know what Tupac was doing. You feel what I'm saying? So when you look at the late, great Nipsey Hussle, when you look at a Jay-Z, do you think Jay-Z was just a rapper? Well,
right.
If you dumb, you thought he was just a rapper. So with me,
Game Goofy.
Yeah, for sure. I get stereotyped more in the neighborhood in the city. So a lot of my blessings over the years have been blocked because they just see me allegedly as a shooter, allegedly as a street dude, allegedly it's just one side of me. And then that one side has no context. But when I step up out that realm, it's lit. They open the door for me to get my flowers in real life. And that's how I got to get to where I'm at right now, thinking outside of the box and being outside of the box.
Straight up. Wash Your Back podcast here with my fellow Frisconian. Gunna Goes Global on this motherfucker. Just talking to him, chopping game. Let's get into the music. Let's tell us about the album, how much you've been working, how much effort you put into that bad boy.
Oh, you know I do this effortlessly.
Let me know.
Man. I'm going to keep it real, man. The gold plaques ain't here, the platinum plaques ain't here, but it ain't nobody.
So it's coming.
It's coming, but it's just like when it comes to music, man, so often, like when I get in there, it's natural, and I love what I do. I've been being paid to do what I do since I was about age 18, you feel what I'm saying? But with Therapy in the Ghetto, it's a more universal project. I can honestly say I can see through the analytics the fans have spread out, whether it be age, whether it be demographic, and I feel like it's resonating with them on a whole nother level, which is super dope because that's how my interviews are, and that's how when people talk to me. So being able to translate that into the music, it's a whole different vibration.
Okay.
You feel me? On some real shit. It's dope.
I got you. So what's the song I like? Man, I always tell Townsend to play that song. It got the slow beat. Let me come through.
Yeah, we spitting.
Yeah.
She wanna be my bitch.
Yeah, man.
These niggas in their feelings like the bras do.
Let them know.
You ain't got my number, I'm gonna call you. talking about some. I'm gonna fall through.
Yes,
sure.
sir.
Yeah.
I love that song, man. My question is, because when you be rapping, you be preaching.
Every time.
Where'd you get that style from?
Tupac.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? San Quinn.
Okay, I was gonna say, sometimes you sound like a little bit of Quincy.
Yeah, for sure. I'm heavily influenced by them, and I do my best, no matter what song I'm on, to stay true to myself, but always drop a gem. But on Damn Me Spittin', I just go all the way in. That's just raw and uncut, and that's why people like it so much, because it's like, let's get straight to it, my nigga, what we on. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of my favorite songs, too. I did that damn near in one take.
Okay, for sure. Hell
That's
yeah.
one of my favorite songs, the raw shit.
Yeah, I like that. I love that song. I tell DJ Townsend, I'm like, bro, play that Gunna song, bro. I tell him to play that all the time. DJ Black Mark, when we at Origin. If you pulling up,
record it, man. Play that shit, man, and record it, man. Let me know I'm getting some love in Origin, man. I didn't even know, man.
For sure. So one day I was watching.
Yeah.
I mean, not watching. We damn near do watch Instagram, but I was on Instagram.
Yeah.
And then I seen you in a trailer, and I'm like, this nigga in a trailer.
For sure.
Then Tashina Arnold from motherfucking Morton, Pam, popped out that motherfucker, giving you all types of hugs and kisses. I was jealous and mad as shit.
Man,
I'm like, how the fuck? And it was in the city.
Yeah.
So like, it was crazy. So I seen that, and then like 4 months later, boom, The Last Black Man in San Francisco, your ass is in the movie.
Off top.
How the fuck did that happen?
Oh, I'm gonna keep it all the way to the buck, man. You know, shout out to Stunnerman 02. He grew up listening to my music.
Yeah.
So he's like, if y'all gonna do a movie about the city, y'all need to put Gunna in it. And by the grace of God, I just remember that day I hadn't got lined up. And usually I don't go nowhere if I ain't groomed, because I just hear my mom in my ear. Like, don't let nobody see you if you ain't got it together. So I just step out on a limb. And when I get in there, we audition. Shout out to Millie and shout out to Milk. We get up in there and it just, you feel me? It's organic. And I was able to not only be casted, but if you listen to the actual dialogue, the reason why it's so raw and uncut, because, you feel me? Shout out to the director. I told him, like, man, this is how we talk. Originally, we sound like we was damn near from LA for real, like 93, 94.
Is the director from the city?
Oh, yeah, from Burnham Heights.
Okay, I
Shout
thought
out
so.
to, Jimmy and Joe.
Okay, got you.
For sure. Born and raised.
Got you.
They went to Soda.
Got you.
OG McAteer.
Got you. Yeah. So, were you nervous?
Not at all. I've been acting before I was rapping.
This nigga perfect. This nigga don't get nervous. This nigga shows no effort. I'm sweating like shit over here. This nigga has no perspiration or anything. What the turtleneck on? Let me know, Gunna. So let me know, blood. So you wasn't nervous at all?
Not at all. My mother and father met a new college in San Francisco.
Wow, back in the day. We don't even have that no more, do we? Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So they was in acting class together. So I grew up around the theater. Culture Center, you're not going to hear no stories of me in Filmo like in the streets as a preteen. You're going to hear about me at the Culture Center, or you're going to hear about me in the house.
Okay.
I was raised in the theater.
Got you.
When it came time to do that, it was a no-brainer. First play I ever did was Joe Turner's Come and Gone. You feel me? And I've been an extra in a few movies too, thanks to Mom. So yeah, it was a no-brainer, man. It was a walk in the park, and I got to play myself, So yeah, Gunna Goes Global, played by Gunna Goes Global. You feel me?
Straight up.
It was a beautiful thing.
Definitely. And then you talk about like just doing promo for the movie real quick, because y'all was all
over the world. We made something out of nothing. With that, originally we were supposed to do Q&As right here in the city, but I ended up meeting this woman named Liz. We was at a bar, and I was telling the situation like, man, we finna have a situation out there in Switzerland. But I think they wanted like 15, 20 bands at the time. So I'm like, in order to get the whole team out there. And she was like, you should do a GoFundMe. I'm like, man, in my mind, I'm thinking a GoFundMe for people that's dead.
Right.
I was wrong. We did a GoFundMe, raised the chicken. We ended up going to Switzerland. We ended up going to London. We ended up going to the Netherlands. And we ended up going to, no, I take that back. Where else did we go, Ace?
Switzerland,
London, Paris. We ended up going to Paris. You know
Well,
we went to the red light. Then we went to the red light district.
In Amsterdam.
The Netherlands. Yeah, we ended up going to Amsterdam.
That's what's up, bro. So like, fuck. When you was like out there, don't it? Okay. We from the same hood.
For sure. You
So
know
my
what it is.
thing is this: when I get out of town, I get to wear my Frisco fitted.
For sure.
You feel me? I get to repping extra, nigga. You international with it.
Yeah. Manifested it.
I know you was good. Straight off the
Manifested it.
manifestation.
Come on, man. Gunna Goes Global.
Come
man.
on,
Literally.
man. Straight up, literally.
homies. Literally
Man.
manifested
So
it.
I know you was out there acting the fool, doing the most. Are you like me where you just go, you go somewhere else foreign and you respect the culture, but you got to rep your shit so hard?
I'm more of a student. And
Okay.
I like to get around the natives. You
Okay.
know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
me, I'm like, all right, take me to the ghetto, take me to the hood,
I'm
take
the
me to
same
where,
way. Definitely.
take me to the bottom of it so I
Yeah.
can resonate with the
See
people
where the black people at.
every time.
Every
so,
time.
you know what I'm saying? London is like the city and then New York put together.
Wow.
So if anybody was to travel, I feel like I know why people like London.
Right.
It's just food terrible, but the people lit.
The food is terrible.
They gave a nigga sour cream for his pancakes, bro.
What?
Sour cream.
It wasn't like cream butter.
sour cream, my nigga. Trash food.
You know how cream butter sometimes look hella white.
Like the food, they Mediterranean food was what it was, but I'm talking about like they regular food. Nah,
What they
bro,
be eating? What do
anything.
Brits eat?
anything.
I thought
Potatoes, pancakes.
It don't sound good.
It was phony, and
you
I remember
should have
that.
went to a steakhouse.
Facts.
Yeah.
But they served me some pancakes, and I'm like, man, this tastes terrible.
That fucked you up right there. You was like, I ain't none of this
But
shit.
then we found Shake Shack, the real Shake Shack.
Oh, okay, not the one like out here.
Nah, the real Shake Shack. Pressure tastes like Grams made it. Went there like 3 or 4 times that night. No, we went there 2 times that night. Then we doubled back the next night and went.
Off top. I ain't mad at you, man. International with it. Watch It Back podcast. I am Philbo Mike from 106.1 Camille. Chilling here with my nigga Gunna Goes Global. Let's talk about this, man. Let's talk about your upbringing. Because you got an ill-ass upbringing because your dad, if I'm not mistaken, is...
From Honduras. He Garifuna.
Thank you.
For sure.
I wanted you to say that G part.
For sure.
Let the people know what that mean.
Oh, Garifuna people are Garinuga, actually. They took over a slave ship back in the day and they landed in Belize and spread throughout the coastal parts of Belize, Honduras, Nicaragua, El Salvador, and Guatemala. So you'll find a whole bunch of black folks there, you feel me, with the language, with the customs, with the food, and everything else. So yeah, it's dope. All around us. When Left Eye, she was out there messing with Dr. Sebi. I'm in love with the Coco. What's his name?
OT Genesis?
Yeah, he Garifuna. That's a whole bunch of Garifuna people around here. But oftentimes, people assimilate. You feel me?
Okay.
So you wouldn't know. But my mother, she's a black woman, so that's why I was raised as a black man. You feel me?
Nah, definitely. How long were you in Honduras for a time?
Nah, I was just going to summers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got you.
Going to summers. But my paternal side, they still out here. As a matter of fact, my cousin right here, he got it from her.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
surely. Hell
English
yeah.
is his third language. You know what I'm saying?
wow.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you speak any other languages?
I know how to get what I want in other languages.
Okay.
Fluently, no. Understanding, yeah. Like
Go
they
hard
don't-
on a bitch. No, I'm joking.
Nah, literally. No, literally. Literally, if I want something, I'm gonna start speaking. GLD.
Puta, money, mula.
You feel me?
Right here.
Tú sabes. So definitely, if I want something, yeah. But to keep it a buck, like him, like growing up, crossing that bridge, going to the town, you'd be like, oh, I'm going to Honduras. They'd be like, oh, you're black Mexican. You feel me? So yeah.
Oh shit.
Real talk. So growing up, I kind of like pushed away from the whole that whole side, because I'm like, what, blood? What you mean? Like, nah.
You felt like they were acting funny towards you.
Nah, I didn't feel like they was acting funny. People just didn't know. It's like a lot of times I tell people I'm going to Honduras, they be like, oh, what part of Africa you going to? I'd be like,
what the fuck?
Nah, I'm a little kid though.
Okay, got you.
So you in elementary, middle school, Honduras.
I see what you're saying.
You going to Africa.
Right,
like, nah,
right,
bro,
right.
I'm going by Mexico. They're like, then they call you black Mexican. I'm like, nah, bro, like Mexico's a country.
Right.
But people think Mexico, Ecuador, El Salvador, everything in South and Central America. And that's not the case.
They think Africa a country though.
Facts. It's 52 nations in Africa. It's a whole continent.
Africa.
So
straight up, man.
that shit wasn't easy.
So tell me something about like what you trying to do within the next year. You do a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So like let's just start within the next 1 to 2 years. Where you trying to set yourself? Where you trying to be at?
The goal is to financially become a millionaire and empower the team. You feel me? Because when you got a solid foundation, there's nothing that you can't do. As far as the music goes, that's self-explanatory. I definitely signed up for the gold and platinum plaques. As far as the clothing, I signed up for the world to be created in the image of whatever it is we see and what we create. And when it comes to philanthropic side or the social side, it's saving a few lives. You feel me? We're gonna start with one, but to save 1 million, that'd be dope too. So it's a plethora of things. Again, I'm a Libra, so I weigh it all on my scale. And too often I feel like with us, they go back to what we talked about in the beginning. You confined to this one space. But if you confine Jay-Z to music,
you're missing out.
There's no clothing.
Mm-hmm.
There's no alcohol. There's no
no billions.
There's no billionaire.
Right.
If you confine 50 Cent
right,
to get rich or die trying,
right.
It's no power. It's no G-Unit sneakers. It's no G-Unit clothing. So continuing to operate whatever aligns with what I got going on and what the team got going on. You know what I'm saying?
So I said you do a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You also like a social activist, my nigga. Mm-hmm. You and Ace and Stunner Man was on the fucking bridge protesting. What was your pro? Y'all trying to get that 100 million in it? Right
Yeah. It was definitely about black faces and tech spaces.
Straight
what that
up.
shit was about, man. Social,
Yeah,
that's
talk
what it's
about that. Thank you.
So they say the word activist, and I know people mean well, but that shit is watered down. And then what they do is like they kind of like strip you with that more than anything. Like I said before I'm in the streets, I'm a person, right?
Definitely.
And that was more like saying it's so much money in tech. I think 1.7 trillion annually, not billion, trillion.
T.
Yeah, so that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
I think less than like 3% is black folks. That's a problem. So if we talking about the future and we talking about generational wealth and we talk about money, why do you think people from all over the world is coming to sleep on a couch in the Bay Area? It's for the chicken, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And the chicken is in tech. Everything that, look at what we talking on. Look at what's in our pocket. Look at everything around it. This is all technology. It's a very vague word, but it's so many different.
Encompasses a lot of shit.
Come on.
Yeah.
So when we on the bridge and shit, I'm like, man, our children need to be going to schools where they're able to understand what's going on. Like when you look at the Bay Area, why are we affected? Let's talk about the rap culture.
Mm-hmm. Talk about
Bruh.
it. Yeah.
What happens? What do you think would go on right now if this was New York? If the tech capital of the world was New York, what do you think would be going on in LA, New York, Atlanta, and Houston? It'd be totally different.
It'd be probably
right?
3, 4, 5 empires, all the shit. Yeah.
You got to intertwine it. Right now, the talent ain't the issue in the Bay, my nigga. We don't even have to come together. It's the businesses and understanding that these folks, it's 8 million people in the Bay. All you need is 10% or 1%. Fuck it. All we need is 1%. That's 80,000 people to come out and support what's going on day in and day out. Now you got your bars. Now you got your clubs. Now you got your concerts. Now you got your restaurants. You got all of this different type of revenue that's trickling in. And when you got these people in tech that are hoarding the cash because they scared to death or don't know where to even go and congregate, it creates this distance that don't need to be. Exactly. Yeah. Imagine if you go into LA and none of the Hollywood money was hitting the streets.
Right.
So we need that tech money to trickle down, you know what I'm saying? And we need our folks to be able to create some dope ass apps, some dope ass situations to where the money is touching multiple hands throughout the community.
How do you feel that, like because this is my thing. I was born in 84, and I tell niggas this all the time. In 84, the city was 25% black. How do you feel that the lack of black people hurts San Francisco in particular?
I mean, where it ain't no black people, it ain't no culture. It's self-explanatory. If they want to turn us into, like, I don't know, San Mateo or something like that, it's just not going to be a good look. If we look like South City or Brisbane, you feel what I'm saying? So often they paint it as a quote-unquote liberal city, but this is one of the most sophisticatedly racist cities in the United States of America because they do it with a smile. You feel
Institutional
me?
racism.
I mean, it's dry. Right now, like the city, we carrying the culture, but imagine if you could still go to the mall and people black.
Man.
You know imagine you go to the Point, Sunnydale, Double Rod, Alamany, Potrero Hill, the VGs, you know what I'm saying, Army Street, all that. I think I said the Hill for sure, so it's like the towers. All of this, bro. So when you take that away, you stripping it down, and once you strip it down, you're going to see an exodus. People want to be here till they come and see it's dry. So anybody that's involved, reverse gentrification got to take place, because in modern times, Fillmore is ground zero for gentrification in modern times. Meaning San Francisco is the first city to almost successfully eradicate blackness. We had 3% right now, bro.
Yeah, it's ugly right now.
The majority of people that be here that's black commute here.
See, the thing is, the money, San Francisco is an expensive city, but like what you say kind of go back to everything that you talking about. You got to get the money, let's go through tech. when you come out here, it's no black people, but it's no black people because it ain't no money. The money's not trickling down.
And then look at cannabis. We also the cannabis capital of the world.
We are, yeah.
And no way we shouldn't see 10, 20, 30 black billionaires in tech.
In the marijuana industry.
Come on, bro.
Yeah.
When the majority is locked up, you feel me? That's what's going on. Shout out to Snow Cones. I got the founder of Snow Cones right next to me, you feel me?
Okay.
So billionaire to be when it comes to the cannabis. So yeah, we gotta get in these spaces. So when we was protesting, that's what this shit is about. Ownership, equity, speaking up. Music is a beautiful thing. It's also a commercial. So what is the commercial for? Is it for a beverage? You know what I'm saying? Is it for clothing? Is it for a hair product? It got to be for something more than just music. You know what I'm saying? Historically, when you look at the successful artists.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You went to New York for DMX funeral or his going away or homegoing.
Barclays Center.
At the Barclays Center.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about that experience and how did it feel to go to New York, the Mecca of hip hop, and to go to see and lay down to rest one of your favorite rappers? I know one of your favorite rappers.
Hold on. The microwave going off, man. What's cooking? Is the interview too hot? That was a wash your back PSA.
That was a sign to wash your back.
Game up.
That damn near shouldn't have happened though because it's in auto and I don't know why that happened. But anyway,
DMX.
Yeah, DMX. Thank you.
Oh, that shit was dope. You know, It's Dark and Hell is Hot, one of my favorite albums.
Me too.
Like literally, I still play it to this day. So if you know me, you're gonna hear some. Whenever somebody knock on the door and they be like, "It's me," you feel me? You know, he's like, "It's me,
right,
Nikki."
Nikki.
Yeah,
right.
you already know. You feel me? So to
Straight up.
this day, I still make that joke. But going out there, it was one of them things with X where it reminded me of Messy Marv. A situation similar, meaning like I would have liked to see them. I would have liked to see the best version of them. You know what I'm saying? Before that, even though Mess is still alive, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. You always wonder, what if? You know what I'm saying? They hadn't gone that route with the substances and stuff, but rest his soul. And I'm not talking about that had anything to do with his demise. I'm just talking about, throughout the years, us not seeing him as much as we wanted to see him.
Right. Who's your, let me ask you a question.
Yeah, go ahead. That's what we're here for.
Compare and contrast San Quentin and Messy Marv.
Yeah. It's Dr. King and Malcolm X. You can't compare. Because San Quentin is Dr. King and Messy Marv is Malcolm X.
Okay.
They totally
But that's what I'm saying. You tell me. I'm not saying to compare them.
Oh.
I'm saying that, you feel me? You tell me, because I tell people all the time, I similarly say that too. Like, Mess is,
the streets.
they're just different.
So Mess is the on the block with you, and Quinn is around the block observing. He's the storyteller.
Right.
He's the born and raised in the neighborhood, but bro, I'm not with that shit. I'm gonna chunk him. We're gonna do all the tools and fuse, but Mess is the one who, I got a full scholarship, but I'm finna fuck it off.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Mess is the one who could have went D1, went to the NFL, but he got so deep into it, like so many of us, and that's why growing up listening to them artists, so many of us was able to see ourselves in them, and Mess is still a fan favorite to this day because Mess is our
Who
cousin.
you like more?
I don't compare. I just don't. Because if we go with lyrical,
I say that. I don't like to do it either.
If you go lyrical, I'm gonna go with Quinn all day. But if you going with like ad libs, discography, just quality body of work, like Messy Marv is a rapper and San Quinn is a hip hop artist.
Man, ain't that?
You feel me? And it's a huge.
I hate to
difference.
compare them both.
It's a huge difference between a hip hop artist. Quinn will literally come in here and rap to anything.
Yeah.
Mess beats, real talk.
It's
because
his
he
beats.
love hip hop.
It's his beats.
Mess gonna sit there and all right, let me get this beat. And that's the difference between a rapper and a hip hop artist. I'm a rapper, blood, and I'm an artist. I'm not a hip hop artist. I've been around niggas that are hip hop art. They literally will go in there and you can some trash like this, and they'll get to spitting on there, the hardest bars you ever heard. But I'm not running that back. I'm not playing that back. I can't feel it.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Only because rest in peace to Demisay.
Yeah.
What was he? Because he could rap.
He was a
his
hip hop
ass off.
artist.
Okay. I was just asking.
R.I.P. to Dip.
Definitely.
Dip, if you listen to his early stuff, he was so great because like it'd be 2, 3 in the morning and Ipa would be in there listening to Dipset, Squad Up mixtapes and Jay-Z.
Okay.
But when he made that transition, this was the thing. When he made that transition, then realized like, all right, my nigga, I gotta structure songs. No lie. This is around Gunnifornia when it came out. I swear to God, it's like 2 in the morning. I'll never forget, I'm in the bathroom. It hit me like, man, how you be making them hooks? Because when he start listening to my music, you realize, of course, it was shredding everything he touched, but it's no structure.
Gotcha.
You feel me? Once he started structuring it, it was no limit to where he was gonna go. But that's why he was so raw. When hip hop artists make the transition to rapper beats, it's nothing you can do with them. You feel me? Because they versatility and their ability and how they approach it. Like Kendrick Lamar, he's a hip hop artist.
Right.
You feel me? Nas, J. Cole, Jay-Z, Tupac, them is hip hop artists. And then Tupac made an aggressive transition. I'm a rapper. And then Jay-Z did the same thing. And when you listen to Good Kid, Mad City, that's what Kendrick Lamar did. That's why everybody loved that album so much.
That's a great album.
Because them rapper beats. And then after that, he went off to his hip hop beats.
So you respect the nigga, you respect the Talib Kweli's and Mos Def's.
I understand them.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, but you can also fuck with the juveniles and the.
I don't listen to hip hop like that. I study hip hop, meaning I'll listen to an album literally to study it. But I only play rappers. It's not too many hip hop artists getting played in my end. Like growing up. Yeah, 400 Degrees is my top 10 album. Right. Get Rich or Die Trying. You feel me? All Eyes on Me. Machiavelli. I don't really listen to Tupacalypse now to strictly for my niggas because that's when he was on his hip hop hype. Right. You feel me? So nah, I can't.
What Same about Me Against the World?
That was the best of. That's the best. That was the hip hopper saying. That was the hip hop artist saying, "Bro, I'm finna transition into rap." Man. So that's a rare occurrence. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
For sure.
Man, here with Gunna Goes Global is Filmo Mike on the Wash Your Back podcast. A couple more questions before we get out here, man. I wanted to get into. I heard you. Like I said, I heard you on a radio 95.7 The Game. You talking about the suicide rate going up, and we were just actually talking about suicides on street soldiers. One of my questions to you is, who are you trying to influence more so? What age group? The youngsters, the 19 to like 25 adolescents, or niggas like our age, or
right
all
now,
of them?
Right now, when you look at depression, mental health, and suicide, it is going from like age 7 to like 43.
So that's all of us.
Yeah, like right now, when you look at it, it ain't like isolated. It's like all over. Dudes is losing their mind and turning on themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like real life, I can't afford to pay my bills. Boom. I'm not getting enough likes on Instagram. Little kids killing themselves. Boom. Whatever the case may be. You feel what I'm saying? So with that, it's to shed light on the people that's actually doing the work 24/7. I'm just a vessel. I don't know where I'd be without listening to Tupac shed so many tears. Right. I mean, I don't know where I'd be without listening to DMX slip and fall and can't get up. And they were vessels. Right now, and a lot of the music is based off your algorithm, so it may be one-sided. And when you got people in the communities doing the work, I see them. And I learned all that from when we was protesting. I was like, damn, all these people doing this dope-ass work, but they don't got no visibility. So to keep it a buck with you, the work that they doing is damn near, I'm not going to say in vain, but it's not reaching all the people that it could reach. And then when you look at what's going on in these communities, I know people be talking about the violence and they be talking about a bunch of other shit, but it all starts in the mind. I'm not going to tell you to put no gun down, but I am going to tell you to get your mind right. I am going to tell you, hey, bro, you may be traumatized from, you feel me, some real shit. My nigga, go get you some therapy for real, for real. A lot of these dudes, they crashing out. You not your daddy, you not your uncle, you not your older brother. They want to emulate a lifestyle that's not even relevant to their existence right now. You're not an 80s baby or 90s kid, my nigga. Right. You feel me? You ain't get it how we get it. And I'm not saying that.
For real.
You feel me? Like, y'all don't understand niggas crawled and walked so y'all can run. That's like going backwards in life. Nah, man, run this bag up. You want to be like somebody who did X, Y, and Z. Be like somebody who got the chicken. Straight up. When it comes to suicide, when it comes to mental health, when it comes to depression, I also know that go hand in hand with doper communities, right? Healthier families, more money. And it ain't like a street thing. It's these middle-class black folks, unfortunately, that's committing the most suicide. Them dudes with the degrees. So it's mainly once you look at the numbers, you see, okay, where's the disconnect? Back in the day, you know, it was normal for us to see each other in the neighborhood.
Right.
Now you got to call somebody to come outside. Now you got to go to somebody's house. So we are communic people. We are tribal people. We are outside people.
Right.
So that's why since the pandemic, the suicide been going up and the depression been going up so much because, yeah, the video games is cool, social media is cool, but what happened when you put that electronics down and all that dopamine is you crashing?
Right.
So now these dudes going from being super stimulated to, oh man, I ain't got a Rolex, I ain't got a Rolls Royce, I'm a nobody. That's come on, bro. You feel like because you ain't a millionaire, you a nobody? I ain't got 50 bands.
Right.
Bro, that's what?
Right.
The pandemic is over, man. A lot of people didn't have 50 bands, my nigga. It's okay not to be rich.
Right.
So with this whole mental health awareness campaign, it's to lock down and focus on us. You feel me? Because you may be working 2 jobs. I may be on the road. The fathers, the grandfathers, the uncles, the cousins that we once had in the neighborhood, somehow we got to figure out how to help each other so that we could be here, you feel me, come 2040, 2050, 2060 and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But operating at the highest frequency for real.
Man, what a talk, what a conversation, man. It's the Watch Your Back podcast. I want to thank my guest, Gunna, for pulling up on me tonight. Let them know where they can find you. Let them know what you got in stores and let them know what you got coming soon.
Man, we got so this is the thing, man, the power of manifestation. Let me keep it to myself. I am going to say 100 million records, man, 100 million media, you feel me? I am going to shout out Reem the Dream, that's my cousin here. I am going to shout out Easy Money, that's Snow Cones, you feel me, CEO. I am going to shout out Ace. I am going to shout out God's Child. And I'm going to shout out Kyle, you feel me, and everybody that wasn't able to be here. Shout out my brother Body. He would have pulled up. He had something
Body?
going on. Yeah, come on, B-O-D-Y,
I got to ask you a question about the whole HSC, man.
Oh,
What's
ahead,
up, man? I forgot. Man,
Okay.
damn.
Okay,
We ain't going nowhere. Hold on, man.
Free Ruger, man. Free Mackie, man. Long
Definitely.
live Dippin' Money, man, for sure. Let's get into it.
Straight up. Man, y'all was putting out, y'all had a buzz, bro.
We had this shit on lock,
Come
man. That's the
on,
foundation
man.
of it, man.
Come
You know,
on, man.
inspired your favorite rapper, man.
Was you like the RZA, bro? Was you putting everything
Yeah.
together? Okay, I thought so.
Yeah, you know, I'm the brains behind this shit.
Yeah.
You know the saying, man, where Gunna goes, the light follows, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's just how this shit go, man. Whoever you see around me, man, they gonna be doing their best. And when I'm not around, man, they gonna be at their lowest, man. That's just how this shit go. You gotta blame God, man. You can't blame me, baby.
Straight
You
up,
feel me?
bro.
I am just a vessel.
That nigga Body could rap. He got that voice. I think it be going crazy.
Oh, that's my
bro.
brother from another, man. One
For
of the dopest people I know, for sure. HSC, honestly, when I got locked up, though, everything kind of, Instagram hit. And when Instagram hit, it was different. When I got released, we had an opportunity to do something beautiful, something great. But in life, things just go the way they go.
I got you.
But it was hella dope at the time because I always looked at like Get Low.
Yeah.
And then I looked at Done Deal. So HSC Music Group was created in the likeness of that. That's why you see me put so many artists to the forefront. Unfortunately, this was the same year Dip got killed, but me and Dip used to have conversations about how we was gonna do this.
For sure.
It was always a vision behind what was going on. Dip was like, all right, you the brains. And I'm like, when you listen to Gangstone Grove and Clearing My Cup, it was meant for Dip to take us to the next level. I never got in the studio with Dip and thought we was equal. As an artist, yeah, but as a rapper,
Nah.
it was like he was on level 15 and the top level was 10. He was on level 15. I'm on like level 5.
Right.
But I knew this.
Right.
So
Man.
you feel me?
You knew it and you accepted it. Team player.
My nigga,
Real
the
nigga.
last time I freestyled is the first time I heard Dip freestyle.
Okay.
I literally said, well, I'm never doing this again. You feel me? G.O.D., like, that's how great he was and how dope he was. And I was just in awe. I was like, man, my nigga, you really just said that shit?
Right.
And with HSC Music Group, it was a manifestation of conversations that we had.
Okay.
But again, this was before Instagram, so we wasn't able to make that transition when that time came because I was locked up.
Got
And when
you.
I got out, it was a whole different terrain.
Got you.
For sure.
Yeah, man. I used to listen to those Headshot Committee mixtapes, and I was like, and to be real, I kind of got on it late.
Yeah.
And I was like, blood,
Yeah.
the fuck? I was sleeping on this shit.
On
Y'all
top.
niggas was rapping your ass off, bruh.
On my soul. Everybody
G.O.D.,
involved. I swear to God,
G.O.D.,
man.
blood.
I swear. And shout out to Cash Money because they was a huge inspiration behind it too. I never looked at rap, and shout out to Mac Dre, rest his soul, Thiz and Peace to Dre.
Right.
Because I watched Dre create too. So
Yep, Thiz,
let me fully acknowledge the people that inspired me. Like
Definitely.
I seen Dre get out I wasn't listening to Dre in the 90s.
Me neither.
When he dropped that Denzel Washington, that Genie of the Lamp, that Al Boo Boo, that
Woke your
Ronald
game
Reagan,
up. Yeah.
I said, what? And then I peeped. It was, I don't know if it was an interview or a DVD. Dre was like, man, just get on there and lay your vocals. Basically, the people that we rapping in front of, man, it ain't about no lyrics. It's about energy.
Mm-hmm.
And when he said that, it resonated with me. I said,
Something clicked, huh?
oh, shit. Everybody gonna rap. And in my songs, I'll talk about it, like not being funny, but allegedly, once upon a time, everybody selling dope.
Mm-hmm.
Once upon a time, everybody, you feel me, on that. So why you can't put a mic in somebody's hand? We talk, don't we? Birdman ain't the best rapper in the world, but I listen to Birdman, so I'm saying, nigga, can you rap as good as Birdman? Can you rap as good as Baby?
Straight
If
up.
you can, then nigga, get your ass on the track. I
Yeah.
listen to Baby. Like,
Right.
niggas will get in the car and be mad. Like, blood, you about to, nah, nigga, because Birdman was a game spitter.
Yeah, he was.
You feel me? Same when I listen to M.A. I've been listening to M.A. since probably like 2001, before I feel like everybody else was listening to him and shit like that.
Right.
But I listen to M.A. for the ism. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, shout out
Yeah.
HSC Music Group. It was a beautiful time to be alive.
Definitely. Ro Money good? Romaine?
What do you mean good?
He good? He doing good?
Man, you gotta ask him.
Okay, for surely.
Feel
The
me?
reason he good?
Gotta ask him.
For sure.
You gotta invite him on here on the platform and ask him how they
Got
doing.
you,
Nah,
dog.
they alive and they free, all bullshit
Nah,
aside. And what
yeah.
I mean by good is they will be able to give you more details.
Yeah, I
for
got
sure
you.
about what's going on.
Real quick, before we get out of here, before you tell people where they can find all your shit, where they can find you at, and this is random.
Mm-hmm.
I remember back in the day, it was on Facebook. We was on Facebook. You was arguing with Big Rich
For real?
about the gun back program.
Oh yeah, nah. This was Instagram. This was
it was,
recently.
it was Instagram, but it was maybe like 5-6 years ago.
Maybe like 4.
Okay, but he was doing the Give Back Gun program, and you were like staunchly like, hell no, don't give back your guns. Can you talk about that real quick?
Hell yeah.
Yes, sir. Thank
I
you.
still don't agree with it. You know,
Yeah.
in the United States of America, people got the right to bear arms, and taking guns off the street. No shooter or killer is giving you their gun.
No.
So if you're trying to protect kids, I understand from killing themselves in the house, like on some accidental type shit, that makes sense. But even back then, when I would talk to him, like, hey, bro, what are you doing?
Right. No, for real.
yeah, like,
all
what
due
do you-
respect to Big Rich, but bro,
yeah,
what
like,
are you doing?
what are
Yeah.
you doing? And I
Right.
ask people that all the time, because so often, do you think taking these guns off the street is doing what? How many of these people who turned in these guns, allegedly or not allegedly, how many dudes that you want to not use them did that?
Right.
So it's like, what's going on?
Right.
I never seen, did anybody go to the communities where they got all of these school shootings and say, let's do a gun buyback?
Right.
I'm just asking, bro.
Straight up.
So you come,
Only come to the
come
hood.
on, you come to the most disenfranchised parts of the city, and then let's get them off the streets. So did it help anybody? And when I have educated conversations with people, I want people to use logic. All right, if y'all do got a gun buyback, now can we get a entrepreneurial grants? Can we get an entrepreneurial class? Can we get a guaranteed job? Can we do something to employ people? Because it's hard to knock somebody down if you're at work. I'm not with none of this weird ass peace treaty, white flags, because when you really come from it, and I'm not talking about him. This go to the street.
I know what you're saying. Yeah.
Let's go to the streets in general, man. Once the situation has surpassed something that can't be undone, you better off getting out the way. Right now, you want to see black communities change, Latino communities change, any community change, man. Put jobs in that thing and resources. John and Bob and Bill are at work. That's why they're not knocking everybody down.
Mm-hmm.
When they didn't have no jobs, they was hitting all the banks. When they didn't have no jobs, they was literally stealing people from the continent of Africa, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like, literally, they was getting on boats. Hey, Bob, let's go get some Africans. Let's go enslave them.
Facts.
For money. So,
Free labor.
idle time is the devil's playground. You understand what I'm saying?
I do.
So, when it comes to anybody in the community, man, if y'all want to see a better community, a thriving community, you have to emulate those communities that are already doing that. And that is employment and it's education. It's not this fictitious
Good
heal
guy.
the world,
Yeah.
get on your knees
I know
and
what you're
pray.
saying. Yeah.
You know, let's say a prayer. We need money.
Yeah, straight
That
up.
P in prayer need to stand for profitability.
Mm-hmm.
You understand me?
Yes, sir.
If Jesus was here right now, I don't think Jesus would be around here, you know what I mean, preaching poverty. He'll be preaching some wealth. Let's get some chicken.
Man.
You feel me? King David, God loved him the most in the Bible. What was he about? Let me back this up. Let me get to preaching this sermon on this Sunday, man. Check this out, man. King David, man, King Solomon, man, was God's favorite. King David was a killer and he was an adulterer, but he was the wisest. Why? Because he was an honorable individual and he was all about his chicken. So when they get to reading this Bible and talk about it, man, tell them to go through beginning to end.
All of it.
Feel what I'm saying? So back to the peace, back to the love, back to the prosperity. We need money. We in a capitalist society, brother.
Straight up.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Ashe.
Hey, man. Great conversation, man. You know, this drops on Monday, but you was preaching just then, bruh.
You know they say that's my calling, man. You know what I'm saying? So you might, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. We're going to figure it out, man. We're going to be preaching on stage, man,
Pastor
in the stadiums.
Gunna.
Nah, man. Lord
Gunna. Hey, man, I'm not going to call you. So you say you don't like activists. I'm going to call you a leader. Leader,
call me
rapper.
Visionary.
Leader, rapper,
You know what I'm saying?
real nigga.
Nah,
my
see,
hood.
the reason why I say with the leader, see, Big Rich said he gunned the block run. The next thing you know, I got indicted. So that's why I stay away from certain names. You
I
feel
got
me?
you.
Certain titles.
I got you.
Well,
I can say you're a real nigga, a leader.
I'm just playing, man.
I ain't trying to get you indicted off the Watch Your
And
Back
I'm not saying Rich
podcast.
did, man. So don't misinterpret. We just shooting
ain't trying
shit.
to set up no Rico situation, man.
I'm
We
playing,
Gucci.
blood. I'm playing. Phil Mo Mike is a solid one. You feel me? Shout out to Body. Shout out to Kringle. Shout out to Chaz too. You feel me?
Man, thank you for coming, man.
Off top, Liz Sharon. What's up, baby?
Hey, man. Thank you for coming once again. Like I said, more power to you.
Yeah.
I hope you and your whole team prosper, man. You already know that from the bottom of my heart, my nigga.
Oh, yeah, that's what I mean.
Appreciate you for coming up here, man.
Off top, God. Biggest blessings.
Definitely. We ain't never ended the show with a dap too. That's all love. Something new.
Off top.